Have you ever looked at the world around you, scrolled through the relentless news cycles, sat in a quiet hospital waiting room, or simply carried a heavy, unspoken grief in your own heart and felt a profound sense that something is just inherently off? In moments like those, it is a deeply human reflex to look up at the heavens and ask the crushing question, why is God doing this to me? We assume that because suffering exists, it must be part of the intentional design. But the narrative of Scripture offers a radically different, life-giving perspective. The truth is, this is not how it was meant to be. We feel this persistent, visceral discomfort because every single human being carries what we can call garden DNA. Our souls naturally reject burnout, sickness, decay, and heartbreak because we were never built for mere survival. We were meticulously engineered for shalom, a state of perfect peace, absolute wholeness, and unhindered intimacy with our Creator. In the very beginning, God did not establish a chaotic battlefield or design a harsh workshop of human endurance. He planted a garden. When we return to the creation account in Genesis, we see a master architect who began his relationship with humanity in a state of absolute paradise. Our original blueprint was defined by three beautiful realities. First, we were made for presence, meant to walk effortlessly with the Creator in the cool of the day. Second, we were made for provision, living in a world of boundless abundance, completely free from the suffocating anxiety of never having enough. And third, we were made for purpose, tasked with tending to a vibrant creation without the exhausting, soul-crushing toil of thorns and thistles. In this divine blueprint, joy was the original mandate. Pain was never part of the sketch, and death was never part of the design. This means we have to dismantle the toxic lie that suffering is a rigid divine requirement for personal growth, or that God causes our brokenness just to teach us a lesson. God is entirely good, and because He is good, He is not the author or the source of our agony. Suffering is not a reflection of the Father's desire for your life. It is an intruder. It is the tragic, broken byproduct of a fallen world that fractured under the weight of human rebellion. When we fail to recognize this distinction, we fall into the dangerous trap of humanizing God. We project our own broken logic, our limitations, and our human misunderstandings onto His divine character. We assume that if someone is in ultimate control, they must be the direct cause of everything that hurts us. But to truly understand God, we must look at how He responds to our pain. Because He did not design us to suffer, He refused to remain distant or indifferent when the intruder of sin arrived. Through the miracle of the Incarnation, God did not look down on our misery from a safe distance. He put on human flesh and entered directly into our suffering. In Jesus, He took the very thorns of our toil and wore them as a crown, entering the grave to dismantle the power of death and pain from the inside out. Right now, we are all living in what can be called the middle part of a grand rescue mission. The grand arc of the biblical story begins in a beautiful garden in Genesis, and it ends in an even greater city garden in the book of Revelation. We are exiles in transition, walking through a temporary territory that is visibly off balance, yet heading toward a true permanent inheritance of peace that this world cannot currently provide. If you are feeling completely overwhelmed by the suffering of this present world, let that deep, aching sorrow remind you of your true origin. Your profound discomfort with pain is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate proof that you were made for something infinitely better. You are not just a random survivor of a cruel and chaotic life. You are a traveler on a journey home. Hold fast to the unwavering hope that the Master of Restoration is actively working to reclaim His original intent, and He will eventually wipe away every tear from your eyes.